3 of the series. Houston and Cincinnati tied at 1 win each of the best of 3, so we're going to see who goes on in the playoffs. And up first is going to be Jeff Leonard, right fielder for the Astros. Mike Lacoste starting on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, Game 3. Leonard 3-8, draws a walk to start out the top of the first. Next up, Jose Cruz. They're going to hold Jeff Leonard. 2-8, line out to second for out number 1. Brings up Terry Poole, center fielder. Nothing special on defense. Leonard's going to steal second. And a 7, he makes it. So Leonard is safe at second. Still Terry Poole. 1 out facing Lacoste. And that's a 2-4. And that's a single for Poole, no stars. That is Leonard coming around third. And he's thrown out at the plate. Leonard is thrown out at the plate. So 2 outs. Poole is safe at second. Astros really trying to close it down early. Pitch from Lacoste, 2-9 on Cedeno. Cesar Cedeno's card draws a walk. Men at first and second. Enos Cabell, first baseman, comes up, 5th in the order. Had to kill a fly. 1-8. Catches the low split for a double. No stars. That's going to score Poole. Cedeno, 115. He's going to stand pat on third. So that's an RBI double for Enos Cabell. Rafael Landestoy. First and second, 2 outs, 4-5 off Lacoste's card. Draws a walk. Bases are loaded. And that's going to bring up Craig Reynolds. Shortstop, 2 outs. 6-7, ground ball shortstop X. That is going to be Concepcion at a 1, looking for a 5. And that's out number 3. So Houston starts with a run in the top of the first. Cincinnati Reds, Ken Forsch is on the mound for the Astros. Dave Collins, right field, leading off. 1-8, line to third. Out number 1. Shortstop Dave Concepcion. 1-7. Low split for a single, so Concepcion is on first. Ray Knight. We're going to swing away against Forsch. 4-9, fly ball to right. Runners hold, it's a C. Brings up cleanup batter George Foster, left field. 3-11, fly ball to left, out number 3. So that is 1-0 Houston after 1. So we come to the top of the second. 8th batter in the order, catcher Alan Ashby leading off for Houston. Lacoste on the mound, 4-11 off his card. Ground ball pitcher is a 2. Got a 6, and that is out number 1. Lacoste handles it easy. Over to Dreesen for the first out. And that's going to bring up Ken Forsch. 6-6-6. Fly ball to right field. Out number 2. Good thing this isn't football, or else a defensive player would have been injured. 2 away. Jeff Leonard, right fielder for the Astros. Mike Lacoste's pitch, 4-11 off his card. Pitcher rated at a 2-3. That is an out. So out number 3, and the Astros go down in order on to the bottom of the second. And the Reds come up. Ken Griffey, 5th in the order, leading off against Ken Forsch. 3-10, pop out to first. One away. Johnny Bench, the man behind the mask. Yeah, 1-8 off his card, ground ball to third. That is out number 2. Routine play to Ray Knight. Gets it over to Dan Dreesen. Sorry, looking at the wrong team. Enos Cabell gets it over to Cesar Cedeno. Yeah, I flipped it on the scorecards. Don't worry. Dan Dreesen. He's not at first. He's at the plate. 410 on Force's card. Catcher card X. That's a 1, and we're looking at Ashby. He's at 2. 1. Passed ball, followed by strikeout. So Force sits Dreesen down. That's another 1-2-3 inning by the Reds. Top of the third, 1-0 Houston. Lacoste on the mound. Jeff Leonard is not leading off because he batted last. Jose Cruz. 1-7 single off Lacoste. So Cruz is on base. Brings up Terry Poole. Where are my dice? Right there. Terry Poole. Man on first. 4-6 off Lacoste's card is a fly ball to left field. Runners hold. So that'll be 1 away, bringing up cleanup batter Cesar Cedeno. That's a 4-6 off Lacoste's card, fly ball to left. 2 away, Cruz on first, Enos Cabell. Third baseman comes up, and 5th batter in the order. He rolls a 3-9 on his own card and goes down swinging. Out in number 3. Nothing doing for the Astros at the top of the frame. So we've got the bottom 3 batters in the Reds order. For the bottom of the third, Joe Morgan leading off against Ken Force. 3-12 on his own card, pops up behind the plate, and Ashby's all over it. Out number 1. That's going to bring up Mike Lacoste, facing Force for the first time in this game. From behind the plate, 3-9 ground ball to first. That is going to be out number 2. We'll say Cedeno just trots that over there on his own because Force is not that fast and Cedeno can make the little run. Dave Collins, right fielder, 2 away. 2-9 on his own card, catches the double split on top. So 2 outs. Collin is on second base. Dave Concepcion trotting out to home plate, making a couple of warm-up swings. Ashby gives the signals to Force. Here's the pitch. 4-8, line out to third. Dragged in by Enos Cabell. Out number 3 after 3. 1-0 Houston. So here we go at the top of the 4th. Rafael Landestroy leading off the action for the Astros. Mike Lacoste on the mound. Astros lead by 1. 5-5 off Lacoste's card. Fly to right. Out number 1. Brings up shortstop Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds grounded to short his last time up. 5-12 off Lacoste's card. Ground ball back to the box. He gets it over to Dreesen, no problem. Out number 2, catcher Alan Ashby. Trying to make something happen for Houston here. Lacoste's pitch. 6-4. And he does. Ashby just catches that one. It's a long fly ball. It's headed back over the center fielder's head. So long, goodbye. Ken Griffey watches that one go over the wall. Alan Ashby touches them all. Home run. 2 outs, top of the 4th. And that is going to bring up Ken Force. 3-4 off his own card. Ground ball back to the box to Mike Lacoste. Makes the play over to Dreesen. Out number 3. Astros play to run going to the bottom of the 4th. That's why I decided to do this little playoff series, because I looked at it and a lot of the teams that made it looked like they might not have made it in short little series like this. Ray Knight leading off, third baseman, third in the order. I have written stuff. Nope, yeah, there he is. Third in the order. Yeah, it's confusing sometimes. 6, 7, forces, card, ground ball to short. That would be da-dee-da-dee-da. Reynolds at a 3, looking at a 2. And that's a single. No outs. Ray Knight's on base. Going to bring up George Foster. Looking to bring him around. 1-5 off his own card. Fly ball to left. Runners hold. It's the second fly out to left field in the game. Ken Griffey coming up to the plate. You don't bunt with batters like this. Force stares him down. Here's the pitch. Knight on first. 1-7 off Griffey's card. Just misses a skinny double split on top, so he gets a 2-star single. Knocks Knight around to third. So 1 out, men at the corners. Reds looking to get back into this thing. Johnny Bench at the plate. Ken Forsh hoping to keep the ball on the ground, maybe double up. 2-3, ground ball pitcher. He gets it to second, catching Griffey. But Bench makes it, and Knight scores. It was a ground ball B. Fielder's choice, Bench, RBI. 1-4, 2 away. Bench at first. Reds have a run. Dan Dreesen at the bat. Clock's still running. Good. 5-8 off Force's card. Pop out to first, and that's the end of the inning. But the Reds get one back. 2-1 Houston, going to the top of the 5th. And that'll give us the top of the order for the Stros. Jeff Leonard is at the plate, his third time up. Walked his first time, grounded back to the box on his second. Lacausse's pitch. 5-8 off Lacausse's card. Fly ball to center field. Griffey underneath that one. Puts the biscuit in the basket, out number 1. Jose Cruz, left fielder, facing Mike Lacasse, top of the 5th. 1-4 off Cruz's card, ground ball to first. Lacasse covers Dreesen. So that's out number 2. Center fielder Terry Poole wants to get on base. 2-7 off his card, draws a walk. Second time on base. 1 for 1 tonight, a single and a fly to left, and now on base with a walk. Scored a run. Mike Lacasse facing Cesar Cedeno, cleanup batter. 1-6 off Cedeno's card, skinny 1 double split on top. He catches the single, 2-20 with an 8. 2 stars. Sends Poole to third, 2 away, and the Astros are threatening again. Mike Lacasse really needs to put the clamps on this one. Dreesen beating his glove at first. He's ready to go. Here comes Enos Cabell. 1-4 off his own card, pops up high. High over the left foul line. Ray Knight's underneath it, makes the catch. And Lacasse gets out of trouble there. 2-1 Astros, going to the bottom of the 5th. All right, here we go. Joe Morgan going to lead things off for the Red Stockings. Forces pitch, 3-7 off Morgan's card. Morgan draws a walk. And we start with a man on first. Infield in. So they're not holding Morgan. Who's going to steal second? He's thrown out, gunned down by Andy Ashby. We'll call that a 2-6. Ah, Reds couldn't do it. Here comes Lacasse facing Force, 1 out. 6-7 off Force's card, ground ball shortstop. That would be Landestoy. No, Reynolds at a 3 with an 18. Roll it again. 4. That would be out. 6-3, out number 2 on the pitcher, Dave Collins. Reds right fielder, leadoff batter, coming up, 2 outs. Forsh with the pitch, 5-7 off his own card, ground ball second. That's Landis-Stoy at a 3, looking for a 9. And that would be out number 3. Gets it over to Cedeno, no problem. And we go to the top of the 6th. Astros 2, Reds 1. So, top of the 6th, Rafael Landis-Stoy, second baseman for the Houston Astros, leading off against Mike LaCosse. LaCosse still on the mound for the Reds. 3-7 off Landis-Stoy's card as a ground ball to third. Hard one at night. Gets it over to Dreesen for out number 1. Greg Reynolds facing LaCosse. 1 away. 1-8. Line out to second. Out number 2. Brings up catcher Alan Ashby. Homered his last time up. Didn't happen often, as you can see. He only had 2 homers in 79, so that was kind of a rare thing, but he got it off the pitcher's card. Poor Mike LaCosse. Here we go. 3-9 off his own card. Goes down swinging. Strike 3. Astros go down in order, top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the frame. Reds coming up. And we start off with Dave Concepcion facing off against Ken Forsh, bottom of the 6th. Score, it's a 4-5. Low on the split, single for Concepcion. So that's his second base hit of the game. So Concepcion on first base. Ray Knight comes up to the plate. Reds really need to make something happen instead of waiting in the last minute, as they have been known to do. 2-5 off Knight's card, draws a walk, 2 men on to open the inning. Concepcion on second, no outs. George Foster comes up to the plate. Foster's been uncharacteristically silent in this series, but they're going to pitch to him nonetheless. 3-6 strikeout. They looked at all the strikeouts on his card in the middle, and they were like, yeah, we can get this guy. Well, they did. Ken Griffey, 1 away, minute first and second. The pitch from Ken Forsh, 6-10 off Forsh's card, fly ball to center field B, so runners will hold. And with 2 away, minute first and second, brings up Johnny Bench, the man behind the mask. 3-7, goes down swinging, out number 3 after 6. Houston 2, Cincy 1. Leadoff batter for the Astros will be starting pitcher Ken Forsh. They're going to leave him in. He's doing well. There's no need to pull him yet. Facing Mike LaCosse. That is a 4-7 off LaCosse's card. Single by Ken Forsh. Ken Forsh is on first base. Ken Forsh is on base. 1 for 3 on the day. Jeff Leonard comes up. 6-9 off LaCosse's card. A line out to third for out number 1. Force still on first. Jose Cruz to the plate. That's a 5-2 off LaCosse's card. Ground ball back to the box. Catches Force at second. So that's a 1-4 fielder's choice for Cruz. So 2 outs. Cruz is on first. Terry Poole comes to the plate. They're not going to hold the runner. The runner's not going to steal. Terry Poole, 2-3 off his own card, draws a walk. And that is going to have 2 men on, 2 outs, first and second. Cleanup batter Cesar Cedeno against Mike LaCosse. 6-7 off LaCosse's card, ground ball to short. That is going to be Concepcion at a 1, looking for a 12. 1 base error. Concepcion boots it. Bases loaded. E6. Sends Poole to second. Cruise to third. Enos Cabell comes to the plate. Now decision time. Do a little thinking off camera. Looks like the Reds are going to call Fred Norman in from the bullpen. Enos Cabell, bases loaded, facing Fred Norman. Normally a starter, but he does some relief work. Norman, 4-7 off his own card, ground ball, second. That will be Morgan at a 2, looking for a 4, out in number 3. Fred Norman comes in and he gets the Cincinnati Reds out of a hot mess, but they're still down 1 going to the bottom of the 7th. The old ball game. Dan Dreesen working into the bottom of the order here for the Reds. Bottom of the 7th, facing 4th. Dreesen, 210 off his own card, draws a walk. The lead batter is on base for the Reds. Brings up Joe Morgan. 112. Pop out to second. That's actually a 1 for Norman. Do we leave him in? More thinking. And they are going to pinch hit for Fred Norman. Cesar Geronimo. 2-6 off his own card, goes down swinging. Out number 2, Dan Dreesen on first base after his walk. Leadoff batter Dave Collins comes up to the plate facing Ken Forth. 2-4 off his own card, that's an unlimited single. Dreesen being a 114. He might try to leg this one out. 8. He is safe at third. Men at the corners, Dreesen and Collins at third and first respectively. Dave Concepcion comes up for staying in the game. 6-5 off his own card, ground ball to second. That is the end of the inning. Reds threaten, but they can't make anything happen. 2-1 going to the top of the 8th, Astros. So the Reds bring in Dave Tomlin, face Landistoi, top of the 8th. 1-9 off Landistoi's card, ground ball to second for out number 1. Ray Tomlin in. Brings up Craig Reynolds, shortstop. 2-1, real tight ball game. 4-7 off Tomlin's card is a ground ball second. That's going to be Morgan at a 2, looking for a 6. Out number 2. Joe Morgan, 3 straight assists. Dan Dreesen, 3 straight putouts. Catcher Alan Ashby coming up. 5-9 off Tomlin's card, strikeout. That's second strikeout of Ashby this evening. Reds go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Reds down by 1. And with that, Ray Knight will lead off the bottom of the frame against Ken Forsch. Still going strong. 1-3 off Knight's card. Pop out to second. That's 1 away. Brings up George Foster. And Forsch is going to walk him. Why tempt fate? George Foster's on first. Ken Griffey up. That would be 210 off his own card. Ground ball to the pitcher. A 1-6-3 double play. Reds go down. 8th inning. Come to the top of the 9th. A lot of you Reds fans were hoping that would get pulled out. To tell you the truth, I kind of was pulling for him as well. But top of the 9th, Astros. And Ken Force is staying in the game. 3-6 grounder to short. Out number 1. No problem for Dave Concepcion over to Dan Dreesen. Jeff Leonard. 1 away facing Dave Tomlin. And that will be, if I can read it, 5-7 off Tomlin's card for a single. Jeff Leonard is on base. Jose Cruz, 1 away, facing Tomlin. That's a 1-4 off Cruz's card. Ground ball to second. Catches Leonard going there. 4-6 fielder's choice for Jose Cruz. That's 2 away. Cruz is on first. Terry Poole coming up to face Dave Tomlin. Had to pause for station identification there. 5-7 off Tomlin's card is a single. And Cruz, no stars being 116, is going to run. And he makes it. So 2 outs. Men at the corners. Cruz at third, Poole at first. Cesar Cedeno comes up. And they're going to pitch to Cedeno because he doesn't have a lot in the middle of his card. Tomlin. Six, 10. Ground ball to second. End of that. Comes down to the bottom of the 9th. The Reds are down by 1 run. Start things off with Johnny Bench against Ken Force. Still going strong. 3-8. Bench goes down swinging. Strike 1. His second time he falls victim to Ken Force. Dan Dreesen, 1 away. This is it for the Reds. This is series for the Reds. 4-6 off Force's card. Pop out to second. Landestoy underneath it. Puts the biscuit in the basket. Joe Morgan. 2 gone. Bottom of the 9th. Facing Force. 3-10. And he catches the single. Reds are still alive. Lineup change coming right up. And it's going to be Junior Kennedy, utility infielder, facing Force. Joe Morgan on first, 2 outs. 5-3 off Force's card, ground ball to third, X. That's going to be Cabell at a 2. Looking for a 13. And he boots it, 2-base error. Kennedy on first. Gets Morgan around to third. Second error of the series by Enos Cabell. And now, doesn't matter how, doesn't matter when, Reds are getting serious. Little thinking time. Force stays in the game. Dave Collins, 2 outs. Men at the corners. Could be a mistake. Don't know, but Force is going to finish it. 1-2, ground ball pitcher. That is the end of the game. The Reds are out of the series. Houston moves on to the league championship against the winner of either Pittsburgh or Montreal. Ladies and gentlemen, heck of a nail biter there. That was a really good game. Hate to see the Reds go, but I really suspected that a lot of the top teams could very well, it could have gone either way in this season.